Picture this. It's the year 2028. You're staring at a really complex piece of machinery, and instead of digging around for a thick instruction manual, the lightweight, stylish glasses you're already wearing instantly overlay these floating 3D arrows, pointing out exactly which part you need to adjust. Oh, and at the exact same time, they're translating a foreign language warning label right there in your direct field of view. Welcome to this explainer. I am so pumped you're here because today we are breaking down the spatial computing revolution. We're talking about the tech that is going to fundamentally rewire how we interact with computers, with the physical world, and honestly, with each other.
Okay, here is our game plan for today. We're going to systematically explore the spatial computing revolution, the great hardware race, why AI is the real game changer, how this is transforming industries way beyond gaming, the growth trajectory and the challenges ahead, and finally, how we reach the mass market by 2030.
Section 1. The Spatial Computing Revolution, Mapping the New Reality. So, to really wrap our heads around where we're headed, we have to ask, what is everyday life actually going to look like in 2028? Well, if current extended reality or XR trends keep up, the physical and digital worlds simply aren't going to be separate anymore. They are going to seamlessly blend together, right through the everyday eyewear sitting on your face.
But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's get our terms straight real quick. Virtual reality, or VR, completely immerses you. Think of a gaming simulator where the real world is totally blocked out. Augmented reality, AR, overlays digital content onto the real world, like seeing a digital weather widget floating just above your coffee table. Then you've got mixed reality, which takes it a step further. This is where digital objects are spatially anchored to the real world, like a 3D architectural model on your desk that you can physically walk around. And finally, spatial computing. This is the ultimate umbrella term for all of this. It's computing that literally understands and responds to 3D space, and its goal is to make XR as ubiquitous as your smartphone.
Now, to know where we're going, we've got to look at where we are right now. In the 2024 hardware market, Meta absolutely dominated. I mean, they captured 74.6% of the market share, largely driven by the Meta Quest line. Apple's highly premium Vision Pro grabbed about 5.2%, and Sony held on to 4.3%. And yeah, while 2025 saw a slight temporary dip because of some delayed product launches, 2026 is widely seen by analysts as this massive turning point. We're talking a projected explosive 87% growth in hardware shipments as new product cycles finally kick into gear.
Moving on to Section 2, the great hardware race, headsets versus smart glasses.
The defining battle of this era basically boils down to two starkly different strategies from the big tech giants. In one corner, you have Apple's Vision Pro 2. It is an absolute marvel of engineering at $2,499, packing incredible high fidelity and massive on-device AI power with its M5 chip. But it's still a heavier device meant for dedicated sessions. In the other corner, Meta is taking a totally different approach with their Orion AR glasses. They're willingly trading some of that immersive visual fidelity for 85-gram ultra-lightweight glasses designed for you to wear all day long. So it's a showdown, high-fidelity immersion versus everyday, all-day utility. And hey, if you're wondering if normal consumers are actually ready for this wearable utility, 8.9 million. That is the lifetime units of Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses sold. It absolutely proves that people are ready to adopt this tech right now, as long as it's disguised as stylish, everyday fashion instead of some bulky headset. But listen, this isn't just a two-horse race anymore. The market is expanding rapidly. Snap is rolling out their brand new AR spectacles for developers. Xreal has absolutely surged, capturing a 12.1% market share in early 2025 by focusing purely on lightweight AR display glasses. And now, Samsung is throwing their hat in the ring with a new Galaxy XR headset running Google's Android XR. Basically, this huge shift from heavy headsets to wearable glasses is pulling in every major player. Section 3. AI, the real game changer, adding brains to the glasses.
Okay, this is where things get wild. The convergence of large language models and XR hardware is arguably the most transformative part of this whole revolution. Integrating multimodal AI is what actually turns these glasses into active co-pilots. Imagine sitting in Tokyo, looking at a physical menu and seeing it instantly translated in your field of view. Or a field technician looking at a broken machine, and the on-device AI instantly recognizes the specific part and pulls up its entire maintenance history. Remote experts can even draw 3D spatial annotations, like an arrow pointing to a specific valve, and that arrow stays anchored in place even as the worker moves around the room. It is like magic.
But as you might guess, this raises a massive computing problem. Generating all those real-time 3D visuals takes intense processing power, which drains batteries fast and makes glasses way too heavy. Well, NVIDIA's Cloud XR 4.0 solves this by streaming those massive spatial computing workloads directly from the cloud over 5G. What does that mean for you? It means your lightweight glasses can deliver the visual power of a $15,000 workstation setup without you needing to strap a heavy computer to your face.
Part 4. Transforming industries beyond gaming, the enterprise ROI.
Now, gaming gets a lot of the hype and it remains huge, but the most significant growth, that's happening in the enterprise space. The hard data from the healthcare sector is just staggering. Look at this. Traditional cadaver labs for surgical training cost around $4,200 per session. But with spatial computing, where surgeons practice on hyper-realistic AI-generated 3D models of patient anatomy, that cost plummets to just $380. And the best part? Procedure completion accuracy actually jumps from 72% to 89%.
And because of incredible, undeniable results like that, get this, 40% of healthcare providers are already using VR for patient treatment and staff training today. This isn't science fiction, it is actively saving money and improving patient outcomes right now. And it's not just medicine. This incredible efficiency is exploding across practically every sector. Boeing used VR to reduce their employee training time by 75%. Airbus saw a 25% faster performance in complex maintenance tasks just by overlaying AR guidance directly onto the physical machinery. And in the education sector, 30% of universities worldwide are now offering VR-based courses. Why? Because it delivers faster skill acquisition and vastly better knowledge retention compared to just sitting in a traditional classroom.
Section 5. Growth Trajectory and Challenges, the Path Forward.
Let's talk numbers, because the financial trajectory here is off the charts. The combined AR and VR market is projected to leap from roughly $20.43 billion in 2025 to over $50 billion in just 1 year by 2026. And by 2030, we are looking at a massive projected $85.56 billion market. That is a jaw-dropping 33% compound annual growth rate. XR hardware shipments alone are projected to grow nearly 39% year over year through the end of the decade. All right, let's take a step back and be totally realistic for a second. It's not all sunshine and rapid growth. There are very real challenges slowing this revolution down. High consumer price points, like paying $2,499 for a headset, are obviously a massive barrier. For true mass market adoption, we need to hit a sub-$500 price point. On top of that, current full headsets are still too heavy, and the battery life is just too short for all-day wear. And we absolutely have to address the profound privacy concerns of people walking around with always-on cameras, both for the person wearing them and everyone else around them. Plus, there's the lingering issue of motion sickness in fully virtual environments. Finally, Section 6, Mass Market by 2030, a new paradigm. So what's the endgame here? How does this all build toward 2030? Well, the whole industry is basically holding its breath for that iPhone moment with AR glasses, that tipping point when the tech becomes so lightweight, stylish, and undeniably useful that it just goes totally mainstream. When that happens, spatial computing is going to begin replacing the traditional flat-screen monitor entirely. Your digital workspace will literally just float in 3D space around you. And as those physical screens vanish, the way we interact with computers will evolve too. Your eye movements, your voice, and eventually even neural inputs are going to completely replace the mouse and keyboard.
Look, we are standing right on the edge of a fundamental shift in how humans interact with digital information. So I really want to hear from you. Which VR or AR application excites you the absolute most? Is it the massive life-saving potential in healthcare, the next-level immersion of gaming, or the supercharged learning and education? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. And hey, if you love learning through this explainer, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more structured visual breakdowns. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one.